back up.
It should give you that spot.
There it is.
So good evening, good evening, good evening. As we sit here and wait for a few audience members to join us, welcome to Gentlemen After Dark, a place where grown folks can talk without judgment. And as we always do traditionally, we like to have a little music, but before we get into the music, I must say that, excuse me, tonight's episode is brought to you by Haslett Credit Restoration. That's my guy, my brother out of Memphis, Tennessee. And he was on the show a couple of weeks ago speaking about credit restoration. That definitely goes in conjunction with tonight's topic of discussion. And at Haslett Credit Restoration, let me just show y'all their logo. No, their slogan, their slogan. He says, I can prove that I can get it removed. If you need to get your credit fixed, check out my brother, Haslett Credit Restorations. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Folks are checking in. See you, Miss 3. I'm out of here. Goodbye, sir. In the meantime, we're going to start it with a little bit of this here music, some of this grown folk stuff, before I introduce my panel or allow my panel to get it in. Yeah.
Tuned in to Gentlemen After Dark live in the studio with my dad on it.
See, we have 19 guests, 19 so far. Give it a few more seconds here before we get started. And in the meantime, I'm just go ahead and shout out a couple of my folks. Miss 3, I see you. Good evening. Welcome back. And you're quite welcome for the topic. Don't thank me. Thank my lovely panel that I have in stored for you tonight. My cousin, all the way from the SIP, Mississippi, by way of Tylertown, Mississippi. Master Duke, I see you, bro. Miss Deidre, good evening to you. Welcome. Miss Geneva, top of the evening to you. Miss Michelle, the first guest on the Gentleman Spotlight. Welcome back, man. Good to see you. I got my sister here, you guys, all the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Twizzler herself, aka Candace Echols. And then we have Miss Ilona Wade. She's become a staple, I'm gonna say. She's been here for a couple of shows now, more than 2, that's for sure. And there goes my cousin again, asking for some Keith Sweat. Boy, if you don't go sit down with the Keith Sweat, you're not crying tonight. We're not crying tonight. But anyway. Cuzzo, it's my cousin. Hey, you know what, cousin? I need to hang tight, man. I wanna tap you in with these ladies. Absolutely. So don't leave the show, because I'm gonna make sure that I get you in here. I'm gonna send you a link to get into the show behind the scenes, but don't come in until I don't know, about 8:45. We're gonna get that in, right? So bear with me. I see my sis PK PK Owens, all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. So I want to thank everybody again for joining in with us this evening. Kill that music. So without further ado, tonight's topic is going to be heavy, you guys. And out of all the preparation that I did, I failed to put up the picture of the flyer that I put up for the show in the first place. But no big deal. We know that tonight we're going to be talking about real estate, home ownership. Is it reality or could it be just a dream? Now, I just want to welcome y'all to my lovely home, for tonight anyway. This is my home, you dig? This is the VVK. Y'all see, I got the swimming pool in the front. That's the front yard. Me too. I ain't even playing with y'all. Not tonight.
I love it. Yeah, we know where the party at.
Hey, come on. So, without further ado, guys, I got some beautiful, talented, lovely, whatever words you want to use, by all means, do so. These are my ladies who are in this world of real estate. They can speak about this way better than I can. And I reached out to them and asked them if they would be so kind to help me with this project, this topic, and they all said yes, with a slight hesitation on one. I'm not going to say who, but the title, Gentlemen After Dark. We are here for grown folk conversation, not entertainment. We're not, slapping dollars out here, but no, on a serious note, these ladies have all volunteered their time, arranged their schedules to be here tonight to help some of us who may honestly be looking to get into home ownership, who don't really know what steps they need to take. And, they need some guidance and some direction. So these lovely ladies are going to take a few minutes to introduce themselves to you. And by all means, for my audience that is watching, you guys, I hope and pray for those of us who are interested, you got these tools, pen and paper, because without that, it's just going to go in one ear and out the other. And you're going to say, oh, I can go back and watch it later. Nah, write your notes, because I got 2 pages worth of notes. And none of that came from none of these ladies. So I'm going to be throwing some extra stuff at them on your behalf. But I need you to put it out there on what you need. All right. So without further ado, let's introduce the panel. I'm going to let them all speak for themselves. And we're going to go ahead and start it off like that.
With me. All right. First of all, I want to say thank you for allowing me to be on this show. I'm very, very excited. And I get to talk about my favorite subject, and that's real estate. So my name is Zaretha Thompson, and I am the CEO and broker of Goree and Thompson Real Estate. I'm located in Northern California, Sacramento to be exact, because I know we have people from all over the place here, which is very exciting to see. I've been in real estate for 30 years. I know I don't look that old, but it's hard for me to even say that I've been in real estate 30 years. I've owned my own company for 25 years. We're celebrating our 25th anniversary this year, and I'm just excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you. Hang tight. I'm sending this link to my little cousin here, little pop quiz here. All right, good, perfect. Thank you. I'm sending him an invite, young man, young potential entrepreneur that I want to help out, my uncle's son. So moving right along, next up on the list, Kapoom.
Hello. I want to thank you to Orlando for inviting me. I'm Leticia Lawson, and I am also excited to talk about real estate. I love real estate. Ever since my grandmother was, she fell sick, and she appointed me to take care of her property while she was sick. And ever since then, this is the early 90s, I was managing property. So I grew to love property only because, to tell you the truth, it's a lot of wealth in property. So I'm here to educate people on the possibilities. You asked, was it impossible? I'm here to debunk that. It is not impossible. It just takes a little bit of discipline, and I want to help my folks get there and learn all about it.
We appreciate you. Can't wait to get the Mamba mentality on this one.
Yeah, it's hard. It's
Right?
hard, but it's possible.
That's right. Last but not least, all the way from the street that I grew up on, St.
Yes.
Andrew's Place.
Woo. Yes, yes. St. Andrew's Place was the shit. Okay. Look, shall I say I probably got into real estate way back then. Not too long ago, I found a book that I had created for Mother's Day. And I drew a picture of the house that we purchased when we moved from St. Andrews. So I was looking at that like, hey, I was a realtor in the making way back then. And that was like the 80s. Okay. So yes. And again, I would like to thank you, Sean. To me, you are Sean, for inviting me to take part of this. I have been in real estate almost 19 years now. Started off, of course, as a sales rep and working for Prudential in the Pacific Design Center in West Hollywood. Not to scare people away, but West Hollywood is nice, but I'm from the streets. Basically, my last name means street, and that's me. I take it to the streets. I don't need the glamorous office. I can meet you at Starbucks, and then we can go look at a house. So the office doesn't mean anything or location, except for the location of your home. I've been a broker since 2011. I'm an independent broker. As of December 2020, I have my NMLS license. I'm in the process of contracting now with another company, Amerigroup, to also do loans, to make my company complete, so I can help you from A to Z as far as real estate.
Ooh, love it, love it, love it. Good, good. That's what's up. So welcome again, ladies. Let me do it like this. I'm gonna thank you guys in advance before we even get started. I think it's Women's
International Month. Yes, it is. I was going to comment on that. I thought you did that on purpose.
Ta-da! Here we go. Party at my house. How about that?
Hey.
So real estate has been a heavy topic, you guys, because, there's basically a fever for buying property. Everywhere you look, there's buildings being constructed or erected up, these high rises, these apartments, basically, that they are squeezing more and more people into these little buildings, and you don't have nowhere really to go but to the underground parking. Some of us don't want that. Some of us want a big, beautiful, elaborate, house.
Okay.
But we don't really know what to do to get that. So you guys are here tonight, or you ladies, excuse me, not guys. You ladies are here tonight to help us, guide us, into 2021, into 2022, maybe into 2023 on some steps that we need to take in order to get ready. So I did prepare some questions for you. Again, for my audience, if you guys have some questions, by all means, fire at will. I'm going to pop those up. If the ladies can answer them right away, they're going to do that. If they can't, you also will have some contact information for them later so that you can continue finding out whatever it is that you want to find out. So first question, I know it's going to be a little redundant. I know you guys kind of answered it a little bit, but if you could just say, again, how long have you been in this business? You don't have to raise your Zoom hand with me. Fire at will, say what you want to say. Or maybe I should just do it like this. Bingo. Ta-da!
Okay, like I said, in the early 90s.
Wait a minute now.
Oh, sorry, y'all.
Woo, party over here.
Uh, ever since the early 90s, I've been managing property. And then I just decided, you know what? I encourage so many people to buy property that I thought I was turning into a life coach. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to really, really put my hands on real estate, and I'm going to really, really focus on first time buyers, because I want people to understand that it is so much wealth out there to be had. And if everybody just use a little bit of that Mamba mentality and focus on having the best of the best for themselves, we could have it as a people, our culture. I mean, we could have just as much as every other culture has, but our focus is a little lopsided at times. And, we want to do a lot of popping bottles instead of a lot of building wealth. So that's really, really, really why I got my license. And I said, I'm telling my people about it, because that one property ended up getting me 3 properties. So if I can do it, I know everybody else can too. And then people ask me, how did you do it? What did you do? What did you do? How did you do it? I always find myself just continuously telling people how they can do it. Right. So, this is just what I do. This is what I'm passionate about, because it's fail proof. Once you set out to discipline yourself and leave a little bit of room when it comes to your spending habits and the things that you focus on, you can get it. It's just so much to be had. You can gain so much equity. This is the only thing that you're going to get a return on. Why not invest in real estate? Why not?
Absolutely. How about you? We're going to call her Z for short, so I don't be killing nothing.
Just call me Z. It's much easier. Like I said earlier, I've been in real estate since 1990. So I'm going on my 31st year this year, and I've owned my own real estate company for 25 years. And I've enjoyed all of it. So we'll go into more detail.
That's right. That's right. And my favorite.
I've been on my own as an independent broker for 10 years, but I have been in real estate for 19. Okay. And I agree. Like she said, it takes focus, dedication. And I find that our people in general, meaning Black and brown, we don't want to sacrifice. Mm-hmm. We would rather, again, pop the bottles, get the bins before we have a driveway to park it in.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Here it come, y'all. Here it come. Before it do come, I have to say this again. Once again, my dad is here, you guys. He's been up, staying up past his bedtime. Miss Lawson, you're not the only one that be going to bed. Your dad is up, and I appreciate you, sir, for being here, as well as Jeff. I see you, man. You're looking out. I appreciate y'all being here. So let's go into our next question. So I know we heard some buyers, some sellers, I'm independent. Just give us real brief. What's the difference if you do something different? If you do both, let us know. So we're gonna go start back with. All
right, perfect. I consider myself both. But I will say I get a tad bit more satisfaction of helping a buyer achieve their dream. Because most of the time buyers are told no. To be honest, selling a house, not that it's just easy. People will say, oh, you just sell a house and that's it. It's just so easy. It's so much more to it. However, it is easier in a sense that the seller has the property. A buyer is trying to obtain the property. So it is a little different. It's more legwork because you're out with that buyer, getting to know that buyer as well. almost all of my clients are my friends now. We call each other cousins or sisters. One of my best friends, I sold her a house, and now she's my BFF for life. But being a buyer's agent, it takes a lot of patience and hand holding. For most buyers, especially first time buyers. That's why a lot of seasoned agents don't like to take on that task. They dedicate a buyer's agent for all of that, because again, that's hitting the streets. And they don't like to do that.
Okay.
Is absolutely right. And I won't repeat everything she said, but I consider myself both. But I do like, and I get fulfillment, serious satisfaction when I help a first time buyer, because I like to prove people wrong. You hear a lot of, oh, I can't get a house, my credit. Oh, I can't afford a house. All these excuses why people think that they can't qualify for a home loan. And when a first time buyer comes to me and I debunk all of that and get them with the lender, get them situated, and we get an actual plan going, get them into it. It just feels so satisfying to just help people get there and get to their goals. I love helping first time buyers. Although I will list a property, I don't take, I don't refuse anyone, but it's just something about the buyers. It is more exciting. You get to go out, you get to take them out, you get to see homes. Well, back then, now with COVID, it is a lot different. It's very streamlined now, but still the excitement is still there because it's new for them and it's exciting, and it's just that adrenaline when they get those keys when they close, and I get to say, see, you didn't need $1 million, you didn't need 20,000, you didn't need 20%. Every case is different, but it just really does feel good to help a first time buyer.
Okay, so for me, I consider myself both, but early on in my career, my second year in real estate, I got some government contracts. So I was actually the listing agent, which is a seller's agent for Fannie, Freddie, HUD. So I sell foreclosures. I'm the listing agent for that. But I also like working with buyers because we do first time home buyers. We just did one last week. We had 290 buyers on a Zoom call. With this down payment assistance, but we'll talk about that later. But I've teamed up with, I have a young mentee, and he's like my son. And so we've teamed up, and he shows the properties, and I negotiate all the deals and close them out. So, and plus I think I'm the OG of the panel here, so I'm not as young as everybody else, so I try to be a little smarter. Can I give a shout out to Jeffrey Sales, because he just mentioned his sister, Tony Mallory. She's a broker friend of mine in Vallejo, and I just want to give a shout out to them.
Wow. Small world. World. I'm not even going to say how we are tied in, but I'm going to say Jeffrey is my dad's neighbor, but he's actually like, I don't know if I want to call him a brother, a cousin, an uncle. He's family. That's all I know. And the world is small. Absolutely. What you say earlier, Leticia? I know everybody, huh?
You do.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so, I'm going to use this right here. My brother, Snoopy to some, Clifton to others, Mellow. He just quoted this guy that I know named E. Cody, because I was going to play the music earlier. Don't buy an $85,000 car before you buy a house.
Well,
yes.
it's on it.
So that leads me to our next good old question. We're going to switch it over to this. Now it's time to get into the meat and potatoes of this conversation. I need you ladies to leave your shoes on, because we're going to step on some toes tonight. We're gonna help some people out. For the people who are serious about this, again, if you don't got your pen and paper, pencil and paper, notepad, I'll even take your iPad if that's what you got to type your notes on.
Yeah.
You're wasting your time, not ours, because somebody's listening, you know, but you need that. So let's talk about this credit stuff. Again, I said I did my own little bit of homework, and um, how important is credit?
Okay, well, I'll start. Um, Basically, credit is very, very important because there are certain loans and down payment assistance programs that you can get. But if you don't have a certain credit score, then you won't get those programs. Another thing about credit is that the better your credit is, the better loan rate you're going to get also. So that is just so important to keep your credit up. And I mean, we can go into detail about credit, but credit holds a lot of our folks back from getting a home. So it's really important.
And to extend this, that $85,000 car and your credit, I mean, how good is it to have this lovely, luxurious vehicle that's costing you about $800, $900 a month for your car note? Is that really going to help you with your credit?
No, it's actually going to hurt you because
Yes,
it's factored into your debt ratio.
that ratio.
Yes, what a lot of people do not pay attention to, they just think, okay, now I got the good credit, so I can go get whatever I want. But those little credit cards that you got, Capital One, Victoria's Secret, um, you name it, all of those credit cards and whatever you have to make a monthly payment on is included. And let's not even forget, to be honest, student loans. Student loans are holding people back from purchasing homes now too, because again, your debt is so high. But there's four little letters: FICO score, which makes the difference. They take your middle score, and your debt ratio go hand in hand. So they are both equally important.
Mhm, mhm. I hope y'all listening. I hope you listening, because one of the uh, YouTube videos I was watching, the lady went hard in the paint on the car. She said, I haven't bought a brand new car ever. My priority was home ownership. Her dad introduced her into that. And she said if she couldn't pay cash for the car right out the door, the car wasn't for her. So
Mm.
for all of y'all, maybe I should put it on me for a minute here. For all of y'all that's buying luxurious, big, fat, beautiful cars and think you're going to get a house behind it, try again.
That's
Try again.
exactly why I try to tell people to focus on investments that have returns. The Benz is pretty, but what's the return?
Okay.
Equity, maybe? Can I borrow against it? Can I pull some of that money out that I've been pouring into the Benz back out next year when I need it?
Mm-mm. Tell them about depreciation. It depreciated as soon as they drove it off the lot.
As soon as. So having a car is it's important. Well, how important is it now with these what is that app that come get you from wherever you want? I'm
Uber.
scared to death. I can't get in an Uber. Never have. I'm scared to death of getting in an Uber. But the rich people, what do? They have car service and they take Ubers. They could care less about a lease or a car, and it's not try to be like Mike. It's build wealth for yourself and for your family. Have something to fall back on. You know, equity is it's nothing better than equity. Nothing. You cannot lose investing in yourself. You cannot lose investing in real estate. You sit on it, let that equity build, and you can go in it whenever you want to. Credit is very important, but to get a house, the credit for me, this is why I tell clients, where are you? Let's work with what you have right now. What credit score do you have? Let's get with a lender. Let's let them tell you what your credit score is. Let's build a plan from today forward. Are you committed? Because all I need you to do is commit. And then I'm going to do the rest. I'm a guide you. Like she said, that's what we do. That's what we specialize in. We're going to walk you through it day by day. We're going to do checkups, 2 weeks, 30 days, however many days it takes. Some people are 3 months ready in. They can buy a house in 3 months. Other people can, they got to sit down for a little while because they've been at Victoria's Secrets a little, 3, 4, 5 times this month, or they've been somewhere getting too much on credit. I like credit. I really do. But I like a high credit score. So if I can't get it cash, I can't pay half of it cash, I don't need to be buying it.
There's another thing also about car payments. I have a client that wanted to get a car, and a $400 car payment will give you about over $100,000 more buying power. So it can make the difference on whether you can get where you want to be and maybe get a little, not a bucket, but something cheaper instead of getting a $400 house payment. I mean, a $400 car payment. So when we were able to show him the difference, it made a whole difference in where he's going to buy. Instead of buying in this neighborhood, now he can buy in this neighborhood. So it makes a huge difference, a very big difference.
Also with the programs too, it just depends on what your credit score is, what program you will qualify for.
Exactly.
Okay, we getting there, y'all. We is getting it in. I appreciate you so much. Here we go. So, what's the first step to starting the process of buying a home?
Well, like I said, the first step is getting with a realtor. With us, we have a whole team that we network with. So we keep our team, we keep it tight, and we keep it right. If all of the team doesn't have the Mamba mentality, then somebody has to go, because we don't do dropping out of escrow. We start off from the gate and sit you down. We sit our clients down and we let them know what is very important. We need to know your expectations of us, because we're going to definitely tell you what our expectations are, what you should be doing, what you should not be doing. It's kind of like I become your parent. You might not like me for a few months into the process, but I can guarantee you, if you do all these things that we're telling you to do, because we're going to sit you down, we're going to get the lender to tell them a few items. We're going to go from there. It's like a la carte for each individual. I can't say what helped your aunt is going to help you. I can't say what helped you 3 years ago will help you today. It all depends on where you are and where you at today. So the first step is the commitment. Are you committed or are you playing? Because if you still playing and you're not sure, you are not willing to sacrifice, like my twin said, if you are not willing to sacrifice a few things, it just might not be time for you, to get a house. We want a house. It's not impossible. What are you willing to sacrifice? Do you want to sacrifice a drive? I hear a lot of times, I don't want to make a drive for 40 minutes or an hour. But if you would sacrifice a drive for a year or two, you might come out with 50,000 in equity. Is that a good enough sacrifice? Maybe, maybe not. What else will you sacrifice? Will you sacrifice not going to the club, not buying that Benz, not being fresh to death every time you go somewhere? It just depends. So the first step is the commitment. So when you're committed and you are really serious about having this house, then you can't lose. It starts with the commitment, because I'm gonna sit you down and we're gonna get with a lender and I'm gonna create a plan and we're gonna follow up on that plan.
Exactly.
Anybody else?
I agree. Basically, it is commitment, dedication, and sacrifice. And you do need to meet with the lender. A lot of people want to pre-qualify themselves because they think, oh, I have good credit. I looked up my credit score on Credit Karma and stuff like that. But they don't understand that all of the other things factor in, like child support is a big one that most people forget about, but that's a commitment that you have to your child and you need to follow that. And so if you're behind on that, that's a problem. That comes up, and sometimes people owe other debts and they have personal liens, stuff like that. All that stuff has to be taken care of, and it's factored in against student loans. Any type of again revolving credit that you have has to be taken care of, regardless of what it is. It has to be factored in. But I would say the first step, of course, is meeting with the realtor, letting your realtor get you with a lender. And again, we all work as a team because again, one person doesn't get paid and your deal is done. Okay, so we all have your best interest at heart to seal the deal, to get you your keys. Okay, I would say that, and again, if you're not dedicated and you don't want to sacrifice, just like she said, LA County, unfortunately, things are very high here. I mean, even in Watts, not to down it, hey, Watts, again, they're in the 400s, 450. So again, you have to sacrifice, or you may have to switch counties and go to Inland Empire and take that drive. But again, it's up to you. Are you ready to jump in the market right now or not?
So with that being, before you start, Z, hold on, I'm gonna just share this. So my brother, Snoopy, in 6 months, we have $46,000 in equity. He moved way out there. I call it Booneyville. He went from the hood out here to all the way out there, way past Magic Mountain. Like, not me. But for those of us who want what we want, guess what? You got to make
that's chapter one. That's his chapter one. Because look how much equity he got in 6 months.
Right.
Exactly.
So chapter two could clearly in another 6 months be wherever he want to be, whatever county he want to be in.
I'm sorry, Z. Go ahead, ma'am.
Oh no, it's just I agree with both these ladies here. You do start with an agent, and it's important because an agent, they already have connection with the lenders, and so they're going to refer you to a lender depending on your situation. You might be self-employed and may need to go to a certain lender, or your credit might not be as great. You might have to go to a certain lender. The banks like Wells Fargo and Union Bank, they're a little bit more stringent on credit. So these are the things that we would know where we would send you to the right place. I think another thing that is very, very important is that you yourself educate yourself on the process. So for instance, like we do home buyer seminars twice a month. So when someone comes to us and they say, hey, we want to buy a house, will you please attend our seminar? Because at our seminar, it's a Zoom seminar, we go through the whole process from nuts to bolts so that they know what to expect. They know how much money they're going to need. They're going to know you got to put a deposit down. And when you put your deposit down and you get the property, you have to spend money on your home inspection, your termite report, your sewer inspection, your roof inspection. That way you know exactly what it is you need to do. So the more information you can gather, the better. And just real quick, one of the things about our culture is that we didn't talk about home ownership at the dinner table. We didn't get this information handed down to us. So we have to go out and get the information. Like myself, when I was growing up, we didn't own a home. I didn't even think about owning a home until I got in real estate. And once I owned a home, my sister bought a home, my mom bought a home, my dad bought a home, my brother has 3 homes. It's just something that wasn't taught at home. So we definitely have to go out there and get the information. And it's just as much as we have to get it. This is what I like right here, Orlando, is because people that are in these positions, it's our responsibility to get the information out to our culture. So I commend you on having this panel and these 2 sisters right here.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I got a sidebar question for you. Do medical bills count against you when getting approved for a house loan?
Medical bills can typically be like forgiven. Now, of course, if you have some exorbitant bills, then they will kind of question you about it. But medical bills are typically kind of swept up under the rug and not frowned upon, shall we say.
And then I know we're going to get into this eventually. We're going to stand by on Ilona's question, but I definitely want to put it up there. Z made mention about down payments and the whole 9 yards. And based on my previous experience as well as my homework, it was suggested that you had no less than a 10% or 20% would be better down payment, or 20%, towards your down payment for a home. Fact or fiction?
I guess I could go first on that one. Okay, it all depends on really how much you have as a down payment. FHA is a great program for those that don't have a lot of money. That's 3.5% down. We have some conventional programs that kind of go and come for like 3% to 5%. But the thing is that if you're concerned about the PMI, private mortgage insurance, then yes, you should have your 20% down payment. However, if you don't have that and you're so far from that and you can get your foot in the door, then you go with FHA, where your money will take you, and then you also will have build up equity in the property, and then you can refinance to a conventional loan later.
And somebody made the comment earlier, not from the panel, but from the audience, don't go big. I know myself and Leticia were talking yesterday. We have this mentality that if I can't move into this right here, I don't want to move. Forget about it.
And you want that furnished. And you want that furnished.
And I don't want it from IKEA. We want to go big when we don't got big budget. We got to come in small, Exactly. The conversation last night was, okay, so I want this 3-bedroom house with the family room and do I really need that right now? Or can I get the 2-bedroom that has a cool little something and stay there, 3 to 5 years? And then now we're going to go from chapter 1 into chapter 2.
Exactly.
Progression. We got to stop being afraid of starting small and then working our way to the next level.
Exactly.
Orlando,
and even be a condo.
From the bottom, now we here.
Yeah, I would really like to comment on that.
Please.
Okay, so people have come to me and they want to build up their portfolio. Okay, so if you, like she was talking about earlier, if you use an FHA loan, you buy your first house. It doesn't have to be that mansion that's behind you. Okay, you just get you a reasonable little house. You put the 3.5% down. You stay in it for a year. You buy another house. You put the 3.5% down, because the loan is made for owner occupied. Okay. And I have helped people build up portfolios where they started with a duplex, stayed in there for a year, bought another duplex, used the minimum down payment, stayed in there for a year. Now, if you do it the other way, where you buy the house that's behind you, and then you want to buy an investment property, you're considered an investor and you have to put 20% down at that time. So you don't want to put backwards. You want to start with the minimum down payment and just keep on doing that to build up your equity, to build up your portfolio. So I just wanted to say that. And it goes in line with that.
And you can save your money to do those little touch-ups or remodel or stuff that you don't like in the beginning. It might have shag carpet in there. You don't like that. So guess what? You only put down 3.5%. Use the rest of your money to make it move-in condition.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I'll add this. There's so many scenarios that you can do to get a foot in the door. You do have to start at the bottom, most cases, depending on where you want to live. Like all my people, they want to live in LA. Okay, so starting from the bottom before we get here. So we're going to have to get a condo. We're going to have to get a townhouse or something. And guess what? Let your kids live in it. Let your kids get some roommates and they can pay the rent on that condo. Get some equity, pull it out, move on to something else. Sell that, move on to something else. Can we get a multi-gen and put 2 families in the house? Like I was telling Onyx, Orlando last night, my grandparents, when they first came out here, it was 3 of them in one house. They bought, each couple bought their own homes. Each couple bought their own businesses. They bought commercial property and they bought residential property. There's no reason why we can't do that now. We have to figure out a way for our culture to start sticking together, coming together, making investments so that we can also have the American dream. It's not going to be that house that we see behind Orlando. It's not going to be that.
We could all move in. We could all move in.
And I always sit clients down and I'll talk to them and have a real conversation about wants versus needs. What are your needs? What are your wants? Because I'm going to get you your needs. And I'm going to try to get you some of those wants too. But those needs are going to be my focus. They also should be your focus. You know, it's always either about which one is more important to you, the location, the house, or the budget. Which one? Help me help you. Because we have to put this into proper perspective. We don't want you to be house poor, have too much house and not enough budget. So if we could just get a mindset to win, a mindset to resolve and come up with solutions instead of all of the problems, all of the negatives, all of the reasons why we can't, and start focusing on all of the ways we can, it's easy.
Yeah, exactly. Other cultures actually join together and they buy houses, they buy property together, and then they move on as they're able then to purchase on their own, and they keep moving forward and they rent rooms out and stuff like that. We don't do that. You know, we can only have one woman in the house.
Yeah.
But in reality, other cultures they do that.
Yes.
We just don't.
We used to do that. We used to do
We
that.
used to. My grandparents, when they came here,
when they came here from other states, they all migrated here. That's what they did. And as each one moved on, they bought more.
Exactly.
One couple moved on, they bought another house.
That's exactly what my grandparents did coming from Pittsburgh. That's what they did.
Same here. Same here. And I just always loved listening to my grandmother talk about how they came down here and how they started their businesses. And my grandmother, every time I go to LA and I go by the areas where the businesses were, where I grew up, I can see that and I can just know like this is really something that my people had their hand in, this area here. You know, I don't see no way around it. I don't see why people don't want it. I don't understand why, you know, everybody not trying to get it. I do question and answers all day long. You know, as soon as I can, I'm excited about it. I'm excited to tell somebody how, look, this is all we got to do.
Right.
Are you willing to do it?
At that part. Bukhari, look, if you are still here with us, sir, I sent you a link to your inbox on Facebook. Go ahead, tap into that so you can get behind the scenes with Gentlemen After Dark. So I can introduce you to these ladies and I can help you, I think. I that's my cousin, y'all.
All right.
He's tapping out into the world of becoming an investor for properties. It's my late uncle, rest his soul, peacefully. And I try to look after my cousin because I was my uncle's first son. He would always call me. So I try to look out for my little cousins. And when he said that that's what he was trying to get into, I said, hey, I think I can help you. So let's see if he taps in. If he does, cool. If he don't, okay. Let's see what else here. I've seen a couple of questions. Refinancing. So some of us aren't as fortunate as others to be first time buyers. You know, we might have been already, we already there, we in the groove, but now it's time for the refi part. What is the benefits of refinancing your loan from an FHA to a conventional loan?
What are your goals? I mean, what are you trying to do?
Yeah, I need more details. Like,
It,
what's your loan to value? How much is the house worth, and how much is your loan? That would help.
yeah.
Yeah. Are you
'Cause
trying to pull
sometimes,
money out?
yeah. Are you
I
trying to drop off the PMI if you have a 20% ratio? So
that's a personal question that we
Yeah,
need more details.
Yeah, that's one of those potentials. So
yeah,
before the show is over, um, I will be definitely putting up the information, the contact information for each of these lovely ladies, so that you can reach out to them because they all are excited to help wherever they can. Um, you know, if they can help you, they're going to help you. If they can't, they're going to say, no, can't help you on that one. And we just have
We
to
might
deal
not
with
be able to help you right now, but we can set you up to help
yeah,
you a little later if you're not ready.
there it
yep,
is.
definitely.
Yes.
And I have ebooks. So anybody who emails me, I'm more than happy to send them an ebook, a pamphlet on home buying.
And also, we do our home buyer seminars. There's Zoom, so anyone can join from anywhere, and it's just information. It doesn't matter where you're at. It's just good general information.
Exactly.
So I was supposed to, I have my little spinoff. I know this is off subject, but I have to say this. My spinoff of Gentleman After Dark is the Gentleman Spotlight. And so on the Spotlight is where we focus one-on-one with somebody, who either is doing something good for the community. You might have a product. We might even have further conversation with one of you ladies, so on and so forth. So keep that in your mindset because it don't stop here. I will be keeping you guys in my personal Rolodex of folks that's been on Gentlemen After Dark to continue to help. I'm always hitting up somebody, definitely Tisha, like, yo, I got somebody that's looking for some help in real estate, and I'm always shooting them her way. But I definitely want to add all you ladies basically to this and just be able to throw your names and contact information out there for whoever may want, that information. With that being the case, though, from my first episode of the Gentleman Spotlight, you guys, we were supposed to give away a gift to someone, and we forgot to do that. So it's for Michelle, that's Mechelle, Michelle's Mega Hair Growth Mask. The first person, no, not the first, the eighth person that responds by way of an inbox to Michelle Jones listing the two products or two items that she said was in her hair growth mask, you would get a prize. So you have to submit that to Michelle, not me. Send it to Michelle to get that. All right, you guys?
Okay.
The two products that she mentioned. And, if you watch the show, cool, y'all can participate too, but you probably did. Some of y'all was sleep. Some of y'all was sleep. Moving right along. So, look, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take Dana's question off. I'm going to highlight each of you individually. I want you to take, He's here. He came. He came. Hold on, let me get
Hello.
ready. It's my cousin, y'all. Bakari, what's good, man?
What's going on? Hi, everyone.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Just fine.
Good.
Get rid of the question.
But we understand you want to get into the business.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
Overdue.
I'm gonna give him a hot minute to, we call him Buki. I hope you don't get mad, but
Nah, I'm boogie forever.
I love it.
so tell everybody, man, what it is that you're trying to do. Talk to us. Let us know.
Ultimately, I want to become a tycoon, but right now, I want to begin with real estate and real estate investing, buying and holding, buying and flipping. I don't own any properties currently, but I'm just learning how to analyze deals right now.
Okay.
I live in Vegas. I'm stationed out here. I'm in the Air Force, so I'm stationed in Vegas. I've been wanting to acquire a VA property out here, but I'm interested in multifamilies, and a lot of those is real competitive right now. The inventory is super duper low. They either only want conventional loans or cash offers. So
Yeah.
right now I don't really have any action with that, but I just have time to learn. So that's why I'm happy that my cousin is offering this opportunity for me to learn.
Okay. Yeah,
So
you are restrictive under VA because again you have to follow the VA guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Is the most you can get is multifamily on VA.
Right.
Okay. 4 units or less. So once you go beyond that, then you have to go FHA or conventional.
Right.
Mhm.
So I would say that you're going along the right path, because before you came on, we had talked about starting with a duplex, a triplex, or a fourplex. And because you're a veteran, you have that 100% loan. If you can find one, that is excellent. One of the other things that I would suggest, have you been to any of the REI clubs, like the investor clubs out there?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so in every city, there's investment clubs, and they normally have the initials REI. And what happens is these are investors that don't use our MLS. These are off deal. It's a whole subculture out there of investors that do off deal deals, off market deals. They don't go on the MLS. So what I would suggest is you find the REI club in your area and just start going to those meetings, and you will learn a lot, and they'll have some deals that are off market.
Exactly. That's exactly what I need too.
Yeah.
Let me get my
And if you got to get in contact with me, you can. I used to own a We Buy Ugly Homes franchise, so I've flipped a lot of properties in my day. So if you need any help, you can get my number from Orlando or Onyx, and I'll be glad to help you, because I love people. I love young folks that are, they're trying to get it. They're thirsting for this information, and I just love it.
absolutely.
So I'll make sure, cousin, that you get each of the ladies' information, especially Z's, and you can add them to your wealth of knowledge, man, and so that you can keep moving forward. Because I definitely want to see you moving and grooving.
Thank you. I would appreciate that for real.
And you need to take advantage of that VA while you can as well.
Mhm.
Don't let that go.
No.
That's great. Depending on your eligibility, you could get again no cost.
That's gold.
Exactly.
Yeah, and thank you for serving.
Thank you for your support.
Yes.
You gotta do that.
Hey, look.
So
That's
look,
awesome.
here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to highlight each of you ladies, not you, Luke, but you can stay right there. Don't go nowhere. Hang tight. And I'm gonna highlight you ladies. I'm gonna have your information up. I want you to take a moment to, give some final words to the audience here, that can help them. And we'll finish this up. So let's start with Ms. Z.
Okay. We didn't get a chance to talk about the down payment assistance programs that are out there.
Well,
So
go
make
for it. Let's
sure, huh?
go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say, just make sure that you look for down payment assistance. We have a program here in Sacramento that they're giving away $22,000 in down payment assistance. So just look in your city from wherever you are, and I would definitely recommend getting some of this money that they're giving out here. And appreciate you having me on the show. I really, really enjoyed it. It was fun, and I'm glad you didn't throw any darts at me.
Oh, no way. Never that. Look, why would I do such a cruel thing?
It was fun. Thank you.
I'm so happy that you accepted my offer. I know you was a little hesitant, like, what exactly are you saying? What is this? She got nervous, y'all. I already know. But look, you guys, here's her information. That's Gory and Thompson Real Estate Incorporated. 916-897-8548. And she is in the Sacramento area. Is that still considered Bay Area?
No, it's north. Well, not really. It's Northern California.
Okay,
North.
so I'm gonna recant everything I kept saying about Bay Area. And we just Sacktown. She's in Sacktown, you guys,
Yeah.
but hey, she can do it all, especially right now, the way we are operating with the COVID and all of that good stuff. She can handle it. So thank you again, ma'am. I truly appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Next up.
I want to thank them too, for having me. It was fun. It really was. But I want to encourage anyone who's watching, if they are very serious, if they even have the desire to purchase property, get into real estate, um, email me. Like I said, I will definitely send out ebooks on home buying and purchasing. I do consultations and quick conversations. Any questions you may have, feel free to call me. I will just say this: we always eliminate ourselves from the process by not putting one foot forward. So as soon as you put one foot forward just to see where you are, you know, we'll design a plan and get you the property that you desire. As long as you're committed and you're willing to sacrifice and be committed, it's to be had. It's not impossible. So I hope someone was encouraged tonight.
Hey, if nobody was, I know I was. I'm not even trying to buy a house right now, but I love the energy from each of you, including my little cousin coming in. The energy is what's important.
I commend him. He's young and he's focused.
Thank
So that's
Thank
all you need to be is focused.
That's
Thank
it. Here she is, y'all, all the way from St. Andrews.
Yes, 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 yes. Again, Realty by LaRue. Look, LaRue means street. I take it to the street. So you tell me where you want to go, and I go with you. I work mainly from repeat and referral business, to be honest. So, and I've done very well for myself, and I'm happy, and that's the main thing. I will touch on as far as programs. There are some programs that are available, like again FHA with the low down payment. We have Officer Next Door and Teacher Next Door, and there's also a program for first responders for down payment assistance. We also have Cal HFA. Sorry, Cal. Cal HFA is another program for down payment assistance. And we used to have programs for like Inglewood and Compton where you had to stay in the property for so many years and then you wouldn't have to pay it back. Those don't exist right now. I'm thinking it's just because the inventory is so low. We don't have that right now. They could come back, but again, the main thing is again just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. Just start the process because you really don't know. Don't pre-qualify yourself. In most cases, you're wrong. Get some help. Reach out to one of us ladies here, and because we're all over here, so we can assist you and get you that dream home.
That's what's up.
Yes, and thanks again, Sean. I love it. This was a blast. I was a little nervous, but
Oh man, you know
it's
what?
okay. I love it. It's my passion, so I love it. So it was kind of,
Right.
yes.
So, ladies, I'm gonna say this: my door is always open to you. By all means, reach out to me. You know, if there's something that you want to set up, you want to do something else collectively, individually, I'm open for that. You know, I want to utilize this platform for positive moves for whomever, whether it be for myself, whether it be for others. Um, you know, we see so much negativity on social media that it becomes draining. But
Yes.
based off of the feedback that everybody is saying, man, they definitely like that. So
Okay.
let's just keep it going. And
It's nice.
Mookie, you make sure that you get the Las Vegas REIA
Yeah, I just
investment.
seen it too.
Yes, sir. We're gonna make
Mhm.
sure that you get
Thank
that.
you, man.
Yes, yes, and good luck to you. And again, if you need any assistance, you can definitely reach out to all of us. But take advantage of your VA.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, definitely don't. Even whatever else you do, again, that's 100%. So, and the guidelines are not going to change on that. So you're going to have to be restricted to 4 units or less. So,
So
Yes,
with
ma'am.
that being said, ladies and gentlemen, don't go nowhere. I'm gonna close everybody else out in a minute, but I want you to leave. I want to, say some thank yous after behind the scenes. I'm gonna invite y'all in my house, and then we're gonna, we're gonna all the social distancing. I hope you brought your swimwear because we're going swimming over here.
Well, the gentleman after dark starts now, huh?
hey, it's raining, but we about to go swimming. Look at
We're gonna do it the pool. We're gonna swim. Yeah, here we go. But
Next
anywho,
time I'll bring the lenders too, so we can just shuffle them right on through.
come on,
Exactly.
that part. So you guys, man, a lot of information. I know we can't answer all the questions, but it's just basically some information to get you started, motivated to want to do what it is that you want to do. These ladies are here for you. We're trying to grow some youth into further into the adulthood to be able to, make things happen, make moves. We talked about the generational wealth. That's how you pass things down. The cars are great and all that good stuff, but they're not that great. That was kind of contradictive, I know, but it's the truth. We do all that big stuff and it's really not amounting to anything. So that's my time, you guys. I appreciate your presence. I'm gonna leave you with my newly created outro video, and then we're gonna say night night.
From the desert to the sea, and to all who have decided to chat with me, good evening.